podcast initiating in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to episode 4 of the Trollbox podcast. I am pleased to announce that we have Ryno here today with us. I'm big on Particl, and once again, our dealer is not with us, but he is recording another one later this week with him. So how you doing there, Ryno?
Oh, I'm good. Yeah.
Good. It's a pleasure to have you on here. I've been following Shadow and now Particl for quite some time, and you've always been a really cool dude, and I'm glad to have this opportunity to talk to you.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me to
Yeah,
talk to you.
certainly, man. What's going on in your world lately? I know you're probably pretty busy with Particl, huh?
Yeah, well, we just finished the actual seed funding round. There's
Congratulations.
been a lot of support that we've been dealing with. We're still trying to wrap up on that end, and then obviously our next step is to get the blockchain ready and to get the foundation up. Still busy trying to deal with a few legal issues. I just want to make sure that everything is, I guess, coordinated and ready for us to launch.
Yeah. Last week we had Joe Sky on, and he was really commending you guys for putting in the actual legal work and really bringing things together. It's
Yeah,
it's a tough area when you're making a decentralized marketplace and everything. You got to make sure that everything's legit.
yeah. I think the biggest thing is you want to protect the token itself.
Hmm.
If there's anything, I guess, illegal and nefarious going on the marketplace, it could taint the token. And if the token's tainted, it could get banned in certain countries and so on. People aren't going to want to touch it, and that's just going to cause people to lose a lot of value. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
one of
that's
the biggest challenges we have.
yeah. So when did you get into crypto and how and what's the story of Rhino?
Okay, I got into a friend of mine suggested I should start looking at Bitcoin. This was in 2013,
Hmm, good
and
point.
then yeah, I kind of ignored it at first, and then I had to write a a online credit facility. It was the first one in our country um, at the company I was working for at the time, and then I wanted to see okay what other online payment solutions are out there, and then I stumbled upon Bitcoin again. So then I decided to get some Bitcoin, and then started mining Litecoin. Well, I actually bought a gaming PC, which I used more for mining. Started mining Litecoin and Mintcoin and every other script coin that was coming out those days. And script N, Verticoin,
Hmm.
was quite profitable. And then around April 2014, I think, the profitability of the mining just started going down heavily.
Yeah,
And obviously, I started relying on mining, and then if your income's all of a sudden gone, you have to think of something else. So I wrote a trading bot, and then the trading bot was doing quite well. I guess I was getting 2 to 5% gains per day. Thought it was doing really well, and then made a few bad trades, and then I wanted to see why it's doing so bad. So that's when I guess, started looking at the forums, Bitcoin Talk and stuff, and saw that there's devs leaving coins all over the place, and I just decided to do some bounties because I've been a developer since I guess 2007. So took some bounties and then decided um, I might as well launch our own coin.
yeah, and
I guess
I'm
that's
so
what
glad
we
you
do.
did. It's
Yeah.
it's kind of funny how, like, same with me. Like, before I got into Bitcoin, I actually entered with Dogecoin, surprisingly. But Bitcoin kept popping up in different parts of my life. It would just keep coming up, and I'm like, man, I really got to look into that because, I mean, it is what it is, you know. And it then when I saw the price, I was at a time I wasn't working a very lucrative job or anything, but then I saw that there was Dogecoin, and I was like, wait, what? There's more than just Bitcoin, and then kind of just entered from there, and
Yeah.
it's just cool. It's like on the fringe of life.
Yeah, I actually did mine Dogecoin
Huh. It used to be
as
quite,
well.
yeah, I mean, it used to be pretty profitable. I'm not sure exactly how profitable it is now, but um, possibly more. I mean, with Bitcoin up,
Yeah.
you know, it's gotta be. But,
Well, I've got a bunch of Dogecoin that I can't sell because there's
mm,
a minimum amount of you need like 0.005 or
oh,
0.005 Bitcoin worth in order to sell it.
mm, yeah, it's there. You know, they had marketplaces and stuff too where you can buy little things with it. Um, there's several. I'm not sure if they're still running, but I believe they might be.
Yeah, I actually remember that, and you were able to buy vouchers and all kinds of stuff using it.
Yeah, it kind of took a hit when the whole moolah thing went down. Then people started being a little more weary, and that was honestly the best service at the time for a storefront and everything using Dogecoin.
Yeah,
But yeah, but that's not going to happen with Particle because everything's in order or getting there. I
yeah. These days, I guess I'm just holding, well, getting ready to hold Particl once the blockchain's out, and then I got some Ethereum. That's about it. Well, and Bitcoin.
Yeah, yeah. I've really narrowed down my holdings. I used to have bags all over the place, but now I'm more just holding long positions, and definitely Particle will be one of those. And yeah, uh, got some Monero, um, and last week we talked about Arc. I got some of that. They have some cool stuff going on.
Yeah, and it's all these interesting things happening in the space that you never, well, as a developer, you don't get a chance to look at it. It's just every now and then when something big happens, then you're like, oh, this is really interesting.
Yeah,
So, unfortunately, you don't get to follow everything, follow the whole scene anymore.
yeah. It's tough even not a developer as not a developer.
Yeah,
I've only recently started looking back into like news and stuff, for this podcast. Before that, I with work and everything, it was really difficult to stay on top of everything. That's another reason why I kind of started going with the long positions instead of trying to day trade things like that. But there's a lot of stuff. I think we kind of passed the phase of just a bunch of clones and everything trying to come out and getting pumped and then go disappearing. um, but I think there's a lot of cool new things happening.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, is there anything about Particle you want to discuss in particular?
Um, well, I don't know. the moment we have quite a lot ahead of us. A lot of things that we need to do to get, well, just to launch, I guess, the basic blockchain. And then after that, we've got to get the marketplace out as soon as possible. We've got a very, I guess, rigid 9 months coming up because we have to get quite a bit out, or quite a lot out. Otherwise, this is all going to have been for nothing, this whole seed funding round. So I guess all I can say is that we've now got the funds and we're building the team. Our team's grown. We got a new developer on board.
Cool.
And his name's Jason. He's been with us now for 3 weeks. And we're growing in that area. Our project manager will be full-time from next week, Monday onwards. So then things are really start picking up. Yeah, so it's a lot of pulling together. There's also been quite a lot of, I guess, well, I wouldn't call it political issues, but because we have so many advisors, well, not so many, we have a few advisors, we have quite a big team, so there's lots of opinions.
Yeah.
And then there's also the community to consider as well. And then you realize is you can debate things as much as possible, but you can never please everyone.
Yeah, that's very true. And there's a lot of moving parts, and that's just one of the things that comes along with a big crew and success. But it seems to be going well. The community seems pretty jazzed. The Slack and everything is pretty bustling.
Yeah, I think we are maturing. There's been stages where we've been worried, but I think the past week or two has been nice. It's been nice to see people coming together and discussing things in a more mature manner.
Right. Yeah. At first, there was a little bit of confusion, I think, but now everybody seems to be on the same page.
Yeah.
I'm wicked excited. I mean, I wish I had the skill set to be able to contribute in some way, but I'll just stand on the sidelines and cheer. But yeah.
It's, if anything, I've learned that you don't really need much skills to contribute. You just literally need to give some time and talk to people. I mean, the whole thing that's come together, Particl, the whole team got together just because of people discussing and saying, we have to meet up. And you say it enough times, and we did meet up. We met up in Hong Kong and then made a whole bunch of decisions together. So I guess, the team's grown just because of that.
That's great. It's something about crypto that you don't really see in the real world. It's you can just kind of come together and make something huge happen, and it's I mean, you can do it in the non-crypto space, I suppose, but there's less red tape and stuff. It's cool how teams form in crypto.
Yeah, it's definitely not traditional business. I mean, we would think, if you look at our team, it's 8 different people from 8 different countries or 9 different countries.
Yeah.
And I think 7 different time zones. So it's very, very decentralized. It's difficult to communicate, but I mean, you manage as long as you get some system in place and the right people communicating or keeping each other up to date, then it can work.
Yeah,
I think traditional business definitely doesn't form this way.
that's for sure. I mean, Dealer is he's in England, about a 9 hour difference from me, so it's I feel you on that level. It's not as crazy as trying to get a hold of 9 different people or 8 different people, but even just us two, it gets difficult, you know. But it's also cool that you have pretty much someone from the team either working or available 24/7, probably.
Yeah, it is actually very beneficial. At any time of any day, if something's wrong, there will be someone who can help you
Right.
brainstorm or someone who can help you think about a solution. You don't have to do everything by yourself. It's very nice.
That's great. Yeah. So, what was the turning point when Shadow was destined to become Particle? Like, what spawned that initial decision? Because I know with the Shadow branding, there was some concern regarding it seeming to like dark, like how Dark Coin changed the dash and everything. What inspired the rebrand?
Okay, well, it wasn't really a rebrand. We had
Well,
to,
yeah,
yeah, we had to pretty much make a whole new project. We had to break the link between Particle and Shadow. So the reason for that was bad publicity. Pretty much people claiming that or thinking that we were going to be a dark market, a decentralized dark market, and we had to like that to in order to for the devs not to be liable. Like firstly, we needed and people to know, okay, this is going to be like your white hat type market. Is not we're not going for the dark or illicit side of things. We're going for
right.
clean Main Street. Well, not necessarily Main Street. It's still going to be quite niche, but we want it to be like legit.
Yeah, like while it still does offer privacy and everything, it's
Yeah,
still, legit and not trying to be the next Silk Road or anything. Um,
yeah,
which is that's
yeah,
cool too, because I mean, people don't necessarily just want to have privacy for uh, bad things. They some people just like to be more clandestine in their purchases or just
no, definitely. Like, uh, why? It's the same as going to like a flea market and using cash. It's you
exactly.
want those little things. Like if I want to buy a bong, for instance, I don't want the government to know I'm buying a bong because it's not that I'm going to be using the bong to smoke weed, but it's just an example. I just want it because it looks nice.
Yeah, right. It's a vase.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Dual purpose vase.
Sorry.
A dual purpose vase.
Yeah. Yep. It's I'm really excited. I can't wait to see the kind of stuff that starts popping up on there in the beginning. I think it has a lot of room to grow because, I mean, the usability of Umbra and everything, and while it's past, has been excellent. And I know you guys are just going to do a kick-ass job with the marketplace once it's finally all together. Um, it's if it mirrors any of the past wallets, then it's gonna really. I feel like it's gonna take off in time.
Yeah, I'm also excited about it. It's going to be nice to be able to have something usable and user friendly where you can go online and shop using Particle and other cryptocurrencies. Not have to worry about people watching your traffic. know all your transactions that are taking place on your computer in front of you.
Yeah, there's a hole in the market now for that, you know. I mean, they have like Open Bazaar and things, but I think this one's going to be better, and you guys are taking your time. You got the funding situated, and you know you got your legals in order, and it's exciting, man. I mean, at first I was a little sad to see that Shadow had gone because I was such a big fanboy, but at the same time, you know, this it's a good replacement in my heart.
Yeah, I definitely think it's more mature. Um, that I guess the team's mature, everything about it. Uh, Now we just need to deliver.
Yep, that's the next step. It's 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 easy to say that, you know, but you know, it's I lost my train of thought there for a second.
Yeah, it's easy
It's
to say just deliver, but
to
I
deliver,
guess now
but yeah,
to execute.
yeah, there's a lot of work ahead. But I feel like, you know, you guys have an excellent team to execute that. Are you facing any troubles with like the general public? Like at least, you know, the forums and everything is like Bitcoin talk talking about Particle in any way? Do you?
I'm not sure at all. I'm probably not the right person to be asking about that. I'm so disconnected at the
Yeah.
moment. It's been
No.
really nice because there's like a nice barrier between myself and I guess the public. Um, if there's any issues, I hear about it like maybe a few hours later. I'm not necessarily facing those type of issues because in the past I used to, but then I never used to get anything done.
Right.
So now, yeah, now there's a lot of people here to help, which is really nice.
Yeah, it's probably got to be a big weight off your shoulders just to kind of put on the blinders and work towards the goal and not have to worry about all that. But I mean, from what I've seen, you know, good things being posted and said. I haven't seen much skepticism. I'm sure that it's there somewhere, but there's always some of that in crypto. You also get the fudders and whatnot, but
Yeah, yeah. The armies,
yeah,
I guess, on those crypto videos, the Tizen and Leon
hmm
Fu videos, those there was quite a lot of trolling and flooding happening on the comments.
yeah. I saw some people mention that in the chat, but that's gonna happen, and that's just another thing to overcome and prove them wrong. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, most
Well,
of them are probably only half serious anyway.
I think I've been desensitized from FUD since like 2014 because it's just always been there.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, cool, carry on.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, tell me a little bit more about this Blocktix project.
Okay. Started working on Blocktix, I guess. Started working on it around May
Mhm.
last year. Because saw a gap in the market. It's a decentralized event hosting and ticket distribution system that we've been working on. I've been struggling to find the right people, um, well, struggling to build a community there. We only announced the project in January this year, but it's actually started to grow a bit more organically now. Still need to do quite a bit of marketing there, and there's still work that we need to deliver on that side. Um, but yeah, at the moment it's been kind of on us. Obviously, Particle's been my main priority at this
Right.
point in time, the past 3 months. So really pushing there, and then I guess we'll get back to Blocktix. Need to still build a team there, because most of the team's actually now gone and gotten involved in other things. So like you can't, I guess you need to focus on one project at a time.
Right.
And
So, what it looks like to be, it's like tickets on the wallet. It looks like using the F blockchain.
yeah, it's a decentralized app based on the Ethereum blockchain. So it just allows you to create an event,
Hmm.
and then there's built-in advertising as well. So events would be advertised based on a radius. So
Huh.
you would pay to. There's obviously a main event list, and then there's advertising slots. So the more you pay, the bigger your radius is. Bigger the radius is that the event is advertised, and then the actual users or potential attendees of the event can actually a bit earn a bit of the Blocktix token and Ethereum by visiting the ads. So by actually looking at the events,
That's
they can
that's really wild. I like this idea.
yeah. So it's incentivized advertising. So just by using it, you can, I guess, grow your funds and potentially attend more events. And the more events you attend, the more incentive you get as well.
That's really wild. Now, yeah, I can see a lot of use for that. I had actually toyed around with an idea similar to this, but not quite as well thought out. I was thinking about, because everybody is pretty much sick of the current ticket sale websites, like the main ones, because they charge exorbitant fees, and it's just a pain in the ass, and there's bots that just wreck the experience too. And this seems like a really good solution to kind of combat some of the problems in that market.
Yeah, I think one of the big benefits to this as well is by actually trading the tickets. Well, there's still going to be sculpting, but the actual ticket, the event host is still going to benefit from sculpting. Whereas in your traditional ticket sales, the bots could go buy the tickets and then they're selling them on different platforms, different ticket exchanges, and then there's people making profit off arbitrage on the ticket exchanges, and there's so much money being taken out of the ticket economy. So now your event promoter is losing out on money. He doesn't care because he just wants his initial cut.
Yeah,
The actual artist could be the artist might not get the crowd that they want because the tickets are trading way too high. It's all these problems that are currently happening with ticketing that can be avoided in a decentralized environment.
yeah. But I'm really interested in this project. I can't believe haven't heard about it since until just now. But I'm digging it, man. It's
Yeah.
so if one were to set up an event on here, would it be like this is the main platform for the tickets to be sold on? Or?
Yeah, well, the whole idea is to give them like an easy drop-in plugin, which you can put on a website or anything, So you could buy the tickets just straight from the website. It would still utilize the Ethereum blockchain and the contracts. It would just be like a little plugin that allows the person to run the wallet, or you could use MetaMask just to buy through using Ethereum on that website. So there's lots of things we want to try and make it not completely dependent on the app, but or the dApp. The dApp would be the main entry point.
Hmm. That's cool because I mean I used to go to my fair share of raves and things, and if this was around back then, that would have been like so awesome. Not only would it have gotten me into crypto earlier than I ended up getting into it, but um, there was a lot of times where I was like you have to go through like these horrible ticket websites with just like I said the crazy fees, and I'm not so necessarily sure I want that kind of stuff on like my card transactions and everything. So it would I think like this would really well for that sector. I see that there's like a on the main page there's like a little screenshot of like a desert trance party and stuff like that. That would be I I really I really think you got something here, man.
Yeah, well, we'll see. There's still a lot of wrapping up to do there as well, and
Right.
we want to start building a team. But yeah, it's time.
Yeah.
Really need to get it. Really need to focus on one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed. Having the time to focus on one thing is actually been amazing past few months. With so many people helping on Particle, it's really I feel things are moving forward a lot faster because I can get time to focus.
Yeah.
Now it is probably not so good on the other side because I haven't been focusing on Blocktix, but I mean I know I'm also going to get there eventually, especially with team building up in the particle side of things.
Right. Yeah, I mean Particle of course is, numero uno, but uh I really do like this other project. I'm excited to see, what this brings. I'd love to give it a shot once it's up and running. But is there any kind of linkability you could have with Particle in the market, or do you think this would just be completely separate?
Yeah, at the moment we don't support or we don't have any plans in the near future to support EVM on on Particle.
Hmm.
But I mean, if we had to at some stage link, I guess link the blockchain or um, what's it, use kind of like a BTC relay type thing,
Hmm.
but for Particle on the Ethereum blockchain, you would be able to use Particle to buy tickets. There's definitely ways to link them,
Yeah.
but it's not something we immediately thought about. I think the first step is to get both projects out there, get both live, and
Right.
then
Yeah.
see if that's potentially viable.
Right.
But yeah, as you can see, the team is tiny in Blocktix, and the designer at the moment, obviously, he's also on Particle, so he's not working on Blocktix at all anymore at this point in
Uh,
time.
is that CRZ?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
he's now, yeah, he's full-time Particle, so
Yeah, he's a good dude. Yeah. So, cool. I think.
there's
Sorry.
there's we are actually looking into other development teams that could help us. Like also South African based. There's a lot of businesses here now starting to focus on Ethereum decentralized apps. So I think there'll be quite a bit of opportunity to get things developed over here. I think all over the world now, in all countries, there's loads of developers flocking towards blockchain, and Ethereum makes it very easy. So I think there's lots of potential there for developers, and obviously to fund them.
Right. Yeah, that's a big one. And is South Africa like a big on crypto? Because I've met several people in the crypto space from South Africa, a good handful, and I've seen like different projects and things coming out of there, like you're saying.
Yeah, I think it's starting to grow. I've only been to one meetup over here.
Hmm.
In the province that I live in, there's absolutely zero crypto meetups. So I can't really say how big it is, but we've had a few crypto. There's I think it's Blockchain Africa. They do events. Like we had Andreas Antonopoulos here for a few events not too long ago.
That's cool.
And yeah, there's definitely it's growing. Yeah, this year. Well, I guess towards the end of last year and this year, it's starting to grow rapidly. Like we are a few years behind in South Africa.
Hmm.
I've noticed that with everything, so it's not just crypto.
Yeah, it's.
But yeah,
I mean, that's not to
yeah,
say that, I mean, I'm in California, and they, aside from the like a couple Bitcoin ATMs spotted around LA, there really isn't. I haven't really seen much about crypto around here, so we're kind of surprisingly back to behind too, considering that California and you know San Francisco and everything are pretty technology forward. So I think it's everywhere that's kind of behind on crypto. The world is maybe not Japan or India, but
yeah. I had the opportunity to go um, to EdCon this year
yeah.
in Paris. It was really awesome to see so many crypto enthusiasts in one place. It was over 200
Wow.
people that got there. I don't know if you know FF Mad in
Yeah.
our team,
Hmm.
Quentin. So yeah, he introduced me to quite a lot of people there. It was really nice. Like in France, they have their community that FF Mad started, Crypto FR, Crypto France. They're growing rapidly. It's over 1,000 people, and I have meetups like every 2 weeks, I think, and the chain tech meetups. It's really awesome to see how things are operating there.
Yeah. That, that's pretty wild. I wish there was something like that around here. Yeah, but you know what? Maybe I need to start it. Maybe I need to put it out there and just be like, hey, who wants to get together and talk crypto?
Yeah, well, you've started this podcast. I think that's a really good step.
Yeah, thanks, man. I wanted to make a podcast for a while, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do it about, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I just do it about crypto? Because I've listened to some others, not to trash talk or anything, but I wasn't feeling it. I wanted to make this one like more of like a natural conversation and just kind of put it out there. No expectations, no real direction, just kind of entertaining slash interesting, and have some cool people on.
Yeah. Oh, oh, I'm honored that you thought of inviting me to talk on you.
Totally, dude. I've always thought highly of you, throughout Shadow Cache and now Particle. Um, you've always been a solid dev with you know good aspirations and everything. So I thought it'd be a good idea.
Thanks.
Yeah, man. Of course.
Yeah. Well, I guess I try. I wouldn't say that I'm particularly better than any other devs. Um, I think it's been a real challenge, especially that our team's growing.
Mhm.
Um, I've always worked in a small team or mostly by myself or one or two other people. So this
Mhm.
is something new for me as well. It's exciting. It's
Yeah.
exciting to be growing. And it
Yeah.
comes with a lot of growth pains, but I think we ironing those out as we go along.
For sure. Yeah. Like it seems the atmosphere in the particle community has changed a lot. It's very everybody's looking forward, with the good thoughts,
Yeah, yeah,
It's,
yeah. I
it,
think it's going to be nice once we have a process that we can actually get devs on board easier. I mean, we're learning how to do it now. It's very late in the actual shadow or particle timeline to figure out how to integrate new developers. But I mean, it's a step forward that we're making, and we actually have a budget for it now, which is really cool. Something we've never had.
yeah, yeah. It's big. It's it's just cool because I mean, even from the beginning when I first got into Shadow, it was pretty technologically superior to a lot of the other coins I was in and things. So it's cool to see where it is, what it gave rise to now, and seeing that the market is in development and it's finally getting to where I always thought it would be. I mean, I realize it's not the same coin anymore. It's a whole new thing, but it still has the spirit of Shadow in it, I feel.
Yeah, I think we've managed to get most of the community across, which is
Yeah,
really cool.
that's big, and it seems like we're gaining a lot of new people too. New folks popping up in the chat and stuff. So it's pretty optimal. But yeah, I think this is a good point to sign off.
Cool.
I'm really glad that you were able to make it today, and perhaps closer to some launches or something, you could come back on and discuss it if you want.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah, we'd be glad to have you.
Yeah.
So yeah, so have a good one. Best wishes to you working on Particle, and I'm gonna really look more into Blocktix because I'm really big on that. Does that have? I mean, I know we're signing off now, but as a closing thought, is the blockchain live, or is the token live for that, or is it still just?
No, no, we still we haven't released our we're supposed to release our proof of concept, but then Particl came and we just didn't wrap up there.
Mm,
So I'll
okay.
let you know as soon as we do.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, if you want to talk about that too, when that's getting closer to fruition, hit me up and we'll have you on again.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Well,
Thank you.
yeah, man. Have a good week, and I know
Alright,
people are gonna like this episode, so cool.
cool.
Take care, man, and to our listeners, happy trading and profits to all. Hey everybody, that was really awesome with Ryno. I'm glad we got him on here. I approached him about a week ago, and he was really jazzed. So
there was. Hopefully we could get him back when there's some more announcements in Particl. Dealers should be coming back very shortly. I think we're going to record an episode a little bit early this week. There were a couple things I wanted to talk about specifically, but the real reason why I came back after that episode is Spells of Genesis dropped on the 20th. Now you guys know that I'm big on them. 420 is when it dropped, which was a good idea because it's kind of a good kind of stony game to play, I guess. But they made some really cool changes. They introduced some new things, like there's now moving objects as part of the obstacles. That makes it a little more challenging, and there might be some new cards. I don't know if there are, but I guess I'll find out soon. I'm gonna play it a lot this week, so yeah. So check it out, and if you want to, and have a good week.